Welcome to eWay Podcasts, a podcast from the world of CRM, business, and entrepreneurship. Today's topic is account-based marketing, or ABM for short. Advertisement that relies on sniping instead of carpet bombing. We'll discuss how to efficiently direct your business and marketing capacities in order to reduce costs and, at the same time, increase revenues. In our podcast, The Pareto Principle in Marketing, we introduce the Pareto Principle, which states that 20% of customers are responsible for 80% of company revenues. If you think about it for a minute, you conclude that it's logical to focus primarily on that 20% of your relevant contacts because they generate the most business for you. And that's where account-based marketing comes in. Today, we'll discuss what ABM is. We'll also talk about the differences between this strategy and other contemporary marketing approaches. In the second part, we'll introduce 5 basic principles of ABM. The third part will present a few real-life examples of ABM application, and in the fourth, we'll give you 5 tips on how you can effectively apply ABM in your company. The first part, what is ABM? Account-based marketing is an alternative strategy used mainly in B2B marketing, where the sales and marketing sources aim at well-defined targets. B2B is short for business-to-business model when one company sells to another, meaning that if you produce electronics for cars, your customers are other automotive suppliers or car manufacturers. When applying ABM, you personalize your campaigns to target specific groups or even individuals from your client base. In this specific case, you target buyers, sales or production directors, and so on. So, what's the difference between common marketing strategies and ABM, you might ask? The difference is, simply put, in the manner of addressing the end client. The end client, also called persona, represents your typical customer. A company that produces tailor-fit suits can define its typical client as a young, educated male with no children who lives in a city and makes above average salary as he is working as a manager or a salesperson. The issue with common marketing strategies is the fact that there are way more personas that one can effectively cover. ABM tackles this differently. Instead of targeting a fictional persona, it aims at a specific company and directs the marketing to specific ranks or employees of that company. So, the company from our example above could target all the managers of the nearest multinational company. In the first part of this podcast, we described account-based marketing and its main differences compared to common marketing strategies. Now, let's focus on the main principles of ABM. The second part, 5 basic principles of ABM. Let's take a closer look at the 5 basic principles of account-based marketing. The list goes as follows. First, personalized marketing. Second, a combination of sales and marketing. Third, shorter sales cycles. Fourth, clearer ROI. Fifth, financial savings. Now, we'll discuss them one by one on an example of a company that sells benefits cards to other companies, to be used for free entry at various sports centers and R&R activities. First, personalized marketing. Instead of targeting masses, marketers try to speak to specific customers. To be successful, they must use all the information they know about the client. Based on the specific features of that client, the campaign is tailored to be as effective as possible, to hit the nail on the head, as they say. Here is an example using the company selling benefit cards to other companies. To apply personalized marketing, first they must find a company that could possibly be interested in these benefit cards. Then, they must make a list of sports centers that are near the potential client in order for the client to see the possible benefits of the product. Then, this potential client is approached by our example company with a personalized offer as well as a list of competitors that already offer such benefits to their employees. To wrap up the pitch, the company will present other benefits of the card, like list of activities ranging from fitness to swimming and tennis or sauna. But the most important thing has already happened. They played on the personal note and, hopefully, hit the client in the right spot. Second, a combination of sales and marketing. ABM pushes marketing and sales to work together closely. Why? Because the identification of key customers and tailoring the campaigns to their needs is in the best interest of both departments. Together, they can follow and influence the sales transaction from start to its successful finish. Let's get back to our example, the company selling benefits cards. Every month, the sales and marketing departments meet to discuss the agenda. If, for example, they find out that the client is in an area where there is no sports center that accepts the benefit card, sales know what to do next. And if the sales department agrees with the sports center and closes a new contract, marketing can immediately present it to their portfolio. And that's all thanks to the two departments talking to each other. Third, shorter sales cycles. Big business decisions usually depend on multiple decision makers, but generally, this decision is hindered by the purchasing process as it starts at lower management and its way to actual decision makers is quite lengthy. ABM tries to make this cycle as short as possible and at the same time approach all potential clients at once. It's usually owners or directors of small companies who decide on the offered employee benefits, while in medium and large businesses, this decision is usually made by the HR department. So, the most efficient way for a company offering employee benefit cards is to approach these relevant people directly, as it's the owners or HR department leaders who have the power to give a green light to a purchase of benefit cards. Fourth, a clearer ROI. The ABM methods must be clear and measurable. Most of the B2B marketers state that account-based marketing ensures the largest return of marketing investments, way larger than any other marketing approach. Like other marketing activities, ABM also has to report on the investment effectivity. The company offering benefits cards will, for example, make sure to closely follow how the number of employees using their card increases. Fifth, financial savings. Thanks to ABM, the time of your employees as well as your marketing investments focus on a narrow scope of clients with the highest probability of success, and that cuts all unnecessary and loss-making activities, resulting in less spending overall. The company offering benefits cards will, logically, focus on large companies with a lot of employees that can use the card. These companies are clients that need constant care to make more and more employees want this benefit. Then, sales can use their efforts to improve long-term, intensive relationships with these promising clients, instead of wasting energy on companies that have 4 employees in total. In the second part of this podcast, we talked about the basic principles of account-based marketing. We already know that there are 5 principles in total. These are personalized marketing, a combination of sales and marketing, shorter sales cycles, a clear ROI, and financial savings. In the third part, we'll present 6 real-life cases where ABM was implemented. The third part, ABM at work. So, how is account-based marketing used in real life? ABM always starts with creation of meaningful segments, followed by preparation of corresponding marketing plans that will have the most impact on the target group, be it a microsite, email marketing, or outdoor events. Every company uses its own mix. The most important thing is to precisely target the key customer, also known as an account. How to do that? You must know your client inside and out. How important are they for you, and what marketing actions have the most impact? Companies that you want to focus on in your ABM should be the most valuable ones in your client portfolio. We'll now look at 6 real-life examples of account-based marketing. These are public events, webinars, direct emailing, email campaigns, paid advertisement, and web personalization. Let's get into it. First example, public events. The best way to approach clients is meeting them in person. As part of ABM, you can send personalized invites to selected clients, have VIP dinner parties, give gifts, and, in general, take special care of your clients even after the event ends. A typical example is a banquet for clients during which you present your product. You can also organize a conference on a specific topic. The important thing is to invite selected people that you want to cooperate with. And in this way, you can effectively address all important representatives of selected clients at one place and time. Second example, webinars. Like events, webinars can also be tailored and timed to your selected clientele. Moreover, if you manage to pick a topic that is very important for all those clients, your work is basically done. After every webinar, there is a classic follow-up during which you talk to the clients for the second time, and this can make all the difference. During the webinar, you can, for example, explain to the clients the best ways to use your product. You'll describe the best features, show improved workflows, or introduce a new function. If you know your clients well, the webinar can also serve as an interesting way to showcase your other products or services. Third example, direct emailing. Today, everyone has an email address full of marketing messages. How can you be different? How to catch that attention? How to be one of a kind? What if you sent an actual letter instead of an email? It's true, letters and parcels are a thing now, as these can very nicely target individual employees of selected companies. The prerequisite of a successful ABM is, as we already said, a deep knowledge of your target group. And because you play for high stakes, you can afford to send more expensive gifts and items than usual. If you imagine a gift like a pencil, teacup, or a USB stick, try again. Those times are long gone. Nowadays, when selecting a gift, it must be original and personalized. You can have custom-made chocolates, wines, spirits, even perfume, or engraved glasses. If you send the gift to a specific person, then the situation is ideal for you to pick the perfect item. Be inspired by the hobbies of the receiver. If you know that this manager is an enthusiastic marathon runner, give him a running camelback or an ultralight runner backpack. This increases your chance that the client will use your gift and, therefore, you'll make a lasting, awesome impression. The gift recipients will also think about you every time the gift is used. Fourth example, email campaigns. Yes, we stated that direct emailing is becoming more popular to get closer to a selected target group. But that doesn't mean that email campaigns become irrelevant. While the usual mass emailing uses templates and automation, ABM tries to create that one best personalized email for each inbox. If you manage to nail the email communication, you might just strike gold. That's because such a campaign can be the most difficult and, at the same time, the most effective ABM tactics, as it can sync all activities of the sales and marketing departments. If you know that you target sales managers of large companies, you can prepare an email with useful infographics on how to work with sales leads. Make sure to prepare content that is relevant to your target audience, but also make sure not to tap into the private life of your clients, as it can do more harm than good. There is a fine line between personalization and stalking. Fifth example, paid advertisement. Social networks gather a lot of information about its users and its user behavior, and that's why they can target marketing campaigns well. This makes social networks an ideal tool for ABM strategy. Take Facebook ads, for example. This social network collects various data about its individual users. What pages they visit, what actions they take there, what interests, opinions, and interests they have. Based on this data, Facebook builds a user profile, which then can be targeted by personalized ads. LinkedIn takes it a step further. Here you can find a given person in a given role in each company and speak to them directly. When talking about paid advertisement, we must also mention PPC advertising platforms like Google Ads. Sixth example, web personalization. Imagine a website that, upon you visiting, rearranges its content for it to be as tailored to your personal preferences as it can. You might think this to be a distant future, but just think about Netflix. It offers you movies and TV shows that you should like based on your previous selection of entertainment. To personalize a website literally means to rearrange the looks and content of that site to fit the needs of individual clients. The key is to identify single visits to your site. You can use firmographics data from a relevant IP search, your own company data, or just go for one of the offers of external companies. As soon as you find out that some of your traffic is from a company that is or should be your key customer, you make sure personalized content is displayed to those visitors. The content itself varies from direct messages, a different set of images, to various CTA modifications and other stylistic changes. We've covered 6 real-life cases of account-based marketing in action. These are public events, webinars, direct emailing, email campaigns, paid advertisement, and web personalization. Now, let's move to the last part of today's podcast, where we'll talk about how to implement ABM in your company. The fourth part, how to implement ABM in your company. If you don't want to target a random mass of people that you don't know much about, if you want to target a specific group in a given company, you can start creating personalized content. That is, put ABM to work. As soon as you start offering unique and relevant content to each end client or group, their satisfaction and conversion rate increases, and you also improve overall marketing results of your company. There are 5 steps to help implement this strategy. These are a selection of the most important clients and information about them, preparation of individual marketing campaigns, customization of marketing actions, and tracking and measuring of marketing campaigns. Let's talk about these in detail. First step, select the most important clients. But how do you decide who are the most important? Well, the answer is simple. These are the companies that bring you the most revenue. Be inspired by the Pareto principle we already mentioned today. Second step, learn about your clients as much as you can. Look at your business from their perspective. What product do your customers need and why? What are their worries and interests? Ask specific questions as if you were in the shoes of your clients. It'll widen your horizons. Third step, prepare individual marketing campaigns. Do research on your target audience and use the findings while creating your communication strategy. It'll also help you when pondering about the creative aspects. The goal is to catch the attention of your target group. Fourth step, customize your marketing actions. Focus your marketing on selected groups of clients. If you know who is on the receiving end, make sure to pay attention to the communication. Don't be distracted by mass communication that has a little effect. Fifth step, track and measure your marketing campaigns. This applies to all marketing activities and especially to ABM. Carefully analyze all available data and constantly improve the performance of your campaigns. Account-based marketing methods are not the cheapest, but when set right, they can deliver the best results. The last part of our podcast was aimed at 5 steps to follow when implementing ABM in your company. We recommend selecting the most important clients and get to know them well first. Then, you can prepare tailor-made marketing campaigns while also customizing other marketing activities directly for this target group. And it's important to follow and measure this whole process in order to evaluate the success rate and effectivity of ABM methods. In today's podcast, we introduced account-based marketing. If you are in the B2B segment, you might want to try ABM out. We're sure that you want to hit the bullseye instead of blindly shooting all around you. Identify your target customers, get to know them well, and prepare an ABM campaign that will blow their minds. Good luck! You've been listening to an eWay podcast. The article was written by Petra Kovakova, spoken by Cliff Coma. For more inspirational audio records, please visit our blog at blog.eway-crm.com, podcast section.